The crystalline chambers of the Galactic Council hummed with tension as Ambassador Zeftar of the Velnari Consortium adjusted his neural crown. The holographic displays showed the same concerning data that had been circulating for months. Human expansion, human trade routes, human colonies sprouting across previously uncharted sectors like some unstoppable plague. "The motion before us is clear," announced Council Prime Zarthen, her voice resonating through the chamber's translation.
"The Matrix.
Species 7 Alpha, designation human, has demonstrated concerning expansionist tendencies. Initial contact protocols suggest immediate containment measures." Zeftar's mandibles clicked in agreement. His research division had compiled extensive files on this upstart species, barely 3 centuries into space travel, yet somehow managing to establish colonies at a rate that defied their primitive technology. The mathematics simply didn't add up. "They breed too quickly," interjected War Chief Gorthak of the Hegemony, his massive frame casting shadows across the council floor. "Our projections indicate they'll outnumber the combined populations of the Outer Rim within 2 standard centuries. This cannot be allowed." Ambassador Lyeth of the Ethereal Collective's form shimmered as she spoke. "The humans have rejected all attempts at diplomatic regulation. They claim sovereignty over worlds that have been uninhabited for millennia. Their response to our territorial guidelines was..." She paused, consulting her datapad. And I quote, "File your complaint with someone who cares." A ripple of indignation swept through the assembled representatives. Such casual dismissal of galactic law was unprecedented. "They don't understand their place," Zeftar observed, his voice carrying the weight of academic authority. "Every species learns to respect the established order. The humans seem to believe they're exempt from 10 million years of galactic civilization." Council Prime Zar then raised her staff for silence. "The Velnari Research Division has prepared a demonstration, I believe?" Zeftar nodded, activating the central holographic projector. A 3-dimensional map of human space appeared, pulsing with red indicators. "We've identified their primary weakness," he began, zooming in on a cluster of agricultural worlds. "Humans display an almost pathological attachment to their offspring and civilians. Unlike rational species that prioritize survival of genetic material through strategic retreat, humans will fight suicidal battles to protect non-combatants." The council members leaned forward with interest. "We propose a limited demonstration," Zeftar continued. "A single colony world, New Eden, population 2.3 million, mostly agricultural families. We eliminate the settlement, document human military response, and present the evidence to justify immediate containment protocols." War Chief Gorthak's laugh rumbled through the chamber. "A farming world? Your research suggests humans will mount significant military response over vegetable growers?" "The psychological profiles are conclusive," Zeftar insisted. "Humans exhibit extreme protective instincts toward what they term innocence. They will overcommit forces, reveal capabilities, and provide the evidence we need for council authorization of expanded military action." The vote was unanimous. 3 weeks later, the combined fleets of the Velnari Consortium and Hegemony warpacks emerged from hyperspace above New Eden. The planet was exactly as described: vast agricultural installations, small cities, orbital platforms processing food shipments for the human frontier colonies. The bombardment took 6 hours. When it was finished, New Eden was a tomb. The demonstration had been recorded from multiple angles, every detail catalogued for presentation to the full council. The human response would come soon enough, and with it, the justification for what came next. The response came 18 hours later. They called themselves the Third Fleet, though intelligence suggested it was significantly larger than previous human naval formations. More troubling were the ship designs, configurations no one had seen before, built with a utilitarian brutality that suggested recent and rapid military innovation. "Unknown vessels, this is Admiral Sarah Chen of the Terran Navy," came the transmission. "You have committed an act of genocide against civilian populations. There will be no negotiation." There, will be no surrender. There will be no mercy. War Chief Gorthak had laughed at that transmission, right up until his flagship began dying. The humans fought like nothing in the galactic databases. Their ships were crude, ugly things, metal slabs bristling with weapons that seemed designed by a committee of madmen. But they worked with terrifying efficiency. More disturbing was their tactical approach. Instead of the ritualized combat practiced by civilized species, humans treated space warfare like an engineering problem. They didn't duel, they swarmed. They didn't seek glorious single combat. They coordinated kill shots from multiple vectors. They didn't follow the established rules of engagement. They innovated new ways to die on the battlefield. The battle lasted 4 days. When it was over, the combined fleets of the Consortium and Hegemony had been reduced to drifting debris and life pods. Admiral Chen's final transmission was broadcast on all frequencies. To the Galactic Council. You wanted to see what humans do when threatened. You wanted proof we were dangerous. Congratulations. You've got your evidence. The sensor data that reached the Council 3 days later told a story that defied comprehension. The humans hadn't just won. They'd achieved tactical perfection. No civilian ships had escaped to spread word of the defeat. Every military vessel had been systematically destroyed. The debris field stretched across 3 astronomical units. But the truly chilling detail was in the aftermath analysis. The human fleet hadn't lingered to celebrate or salvage. They'd simply vanished back into hyperspace, leaving behind a monument to their capabilities that spoke more eloquently than any diplomatic protest. Ambassador Zeftar found himself standing before the Council Prime, his research notes trembling in his manipulator appendages. The demonstration had succeeded beyond their wildest expectations. They now had absolute proof that humans were dangerous. The problem was that everyone who could testify to that danger was dead. How many ships did they lose? Council Prime Czar then asked quietly. None, Zeftar whispered. The human fleet sustained 0 casualties. The silence that followed was deafening. In the weeks that came, the Council would learn that New Eden hadn't been just any agricultural colony. It had been a memorial world, home to the families of veterans from humanity's first interstellar war. The children and grandchildren of soldiers who'd died fighting an alien invasion force in Sol System centuries ago. The humans had a word for what happened when someone killed their innocents. They called it payback. The Council never requested another demonstration.